Larry Bailey, Mortgage Workflow Partners. As we are letting folks in, thanks everybody for coming. Today's Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We get together as a community in the Mastery Encompass community. We're going to talk about all kinds of things today. Most importantly, we're going to talk about the initial disclosure and processing preparation. This is number 4 out of our 12-part series. And we're going to be going through basically how to take native Encompass and how to build your perfect magical company that doesn't exist, and how do we leverage native Encompass to make it run. All right, so big announcement. Before we get going into today's event, I am proud to say we launched our book, Workflow Before Technology. It's my very first book. Sorry if it sucks. I did my best. But the idea is, I'm totally lowering the bar, right? The idea is everything that I've been teaching companies how to basically do their workflow reviews, how to document their workflows, strategies, and most importantly, the value, right? The value of actually going through and documenting your workflow and what you do with it. It's all in here. I pull a lot of real life reports and use cases and examples from places like Stratmore and Acrolis, among just to name those two, because those are the first two that come to mind. But basically, you know, MBA, also some studies from the MBA. And I've been talking about this forever, but it's actually pretty awesome to put all this in writing and to put it out there. First version, we'll see if there's a second edition as we learn more things. But this is really, obviously, I talk a lot about Encompass. It's why we're here. But this is practical for any mortgage company. Again, for those that don't know, I spent the first 20 years of my career in retail lending. I then went to work for Ellie Mae as an implementation project manager, and I realized that nobody has their workflow documented. Like nobody. Out of in 18 months, I got 0 documented workflows from every company coming from another LOS or brand new company being created into Encompass. And so that's why it's been a critical goal for me, is to not only do this, which is what we do a lot within Mortgage Workflow Partners, but then also train you how to do it yourself. And so inside the book, if you buy it, whether it's Kindle or paperback, within the resources of the first chapter, there's a private link that goes to a PDF. It's a workbook PDF that you'll find on mortgageworkflowpartners.com. And it goes hand in hand with the book to kind of guide you through each chapter. So enjoy. Love to hear your feedback. There you go. So we'll go on to our regularly scheduled agenda. For those that are just joining, thanks very much. We are just about to start our segment into launch ready, initial disclosures and processing prep. As a reminder, this series is all about taking my magical mortgage company, which doesn't exist, and I'm guiding you through how am I leveraging Encompass Desktop and Encompass Web and Encompass Web settings to really define what you should be doing and what I would recommend that you do with your organization to move forward. And the reason why this is really important is because the industry is always changing. Encompass is always changing. I got the benefit of getting a sneak peek from ICE last week with regards to what actually 25.3 is looking like when it comes out to web here in about 3.5 weeks, right? 2 weeks? I don't know, August 9th, whatever that is. And then also what does 25.4 look like? And then also what can we squeeze into 26.1? In a nutshell, super awesome. Yes, I'm an Encompass geek, but most importantly, the things that are coming out to Encompass Web from ICE in terms of the UI elements, completely off the chart awesome for me as a workflow specialist, because it allows me to leverage enhanced conditions in the web UI in meaningful ways that we can't do today. And then really awesome is the workflow task UI and the structural changes that you'll start to see in 25.3. It's going to progress in 25.4. And I think what you're going to find is it's going to amplify the use cases in every company for how to leverage workflow tasks, even if you're not using Encompass Web, but you still want to document workflow tasks, whether you're using Encompass Desktop or you are using the Encompass Web pipeline, task pipeline, but you're doing the work in desktop. Totally fine. Again, the magic word here, the drinking game, is interoperability. If you got something to drink, drink. That just basically means, remember, it's one lone file. It's two separate interfaces. And what matters is that you're using the appropriate interface at the appropriate moment in your workflow with the appropriate team. It's all about being appropriate. So let's talk about initial disclosures, and let's talk about what happened. Just as a reminder, last week we talked about, we got the application into Encompass, and we did some initial document requests, right? That was last week. Now we've got to prep for initial disclosures, and we've got to prep this file for processing.